as you can see here, I have already cut them out of the sprues and put them into separate box, so I know how to build them and how to put them together. So let's begin the build. Alright, so I will be using these tools to, remove the excess plastic out of the sprue and the parts that we don't want. So we have 5 of these guys here. It's a full squad of the Terminators. So let's start with the first miniature. I don't have the bases with me, but it's not a problem. I can gather them later on. Let's get all of the pieces, and then we can clean them up. This one is the head of the Terminator. Let's use some of the sandpaper here to remove the parts that we don't want, so it's nice and clean and ready for painting. So these miniatures are some of the most iconic warriors in the Imperium of Men, clad in ancient, indomitable armor, known as the tactical dreadnought armor, or as most fans know it, the Terminator armor. So this model of the armor, or rather this pattern, is called Indomitus pattern. The scarcity and the expense to maintain Terminator suits means they are available only for the elite troops from the veteran companies of the Space Marine chapters. Usually the veterans from the first company can use it. Of course there are some exceptions, but that's mostly the case. So this Terminator armor was first created during the Great Crusade, a time when the Emperor legions marched across the galaxy, reclaiming lost worlds. Like power armor, Terminator suits have an outer shell of ceramide bonded plates. Powered by electrically motivated fiber bundles. Plates of heavy plasteel for their armor, the ceramide sections, especially on the front of the suit. extra armoring provides a level of protection that is far superior to normal Space Marine armor. Not even a crack missile will penetrate the suit breastplate. It's literally like a tank. It has even been noted to allow its wearer to survive being stood on by a titan. So yeah, it's quite durable. It also contributes to the immense weight of the suit, making the wearer less maneuverable and slower. So that's a bit of the downside of wearing it. However, there are some Space Marines that can move as quickly as they are wearing just regular Space Marine armor. For example, Abaddon. I recall from the beginning of Horus Heresy, I've read somewhere about this, that Abaddon, when wearing the Terminator armor, he could still move very fast. So yeah, the guy was a badass, and in fact, he still is a badass in the 41st millennium. Just not on the good guys' side anymore. External adamantium ribs help support this weight, while the inclusion of the spacers help the suit carry heavier support weapons. Alright, we are almost done cleaning the first miniature. I think it's time to put it all together. I believe this should go here. So this is the, I think, heavy bolter pistol. I'm not sure if this is the heavy one, but for sure it's the bolter. Then we have this part here. We have to put it together like this. I cannot find the hole. Okay, it is there, but why it doesn't get into the miniature? Maybe I should clean it a little bit. Like this. Hopefully it will help. Yeah. I think I should also glue these guys, but yeah, maybe I will do it later on. So this should go here. Like this. And then we have right arm, or wait, this one fits nicely, but this one, why it doesn't fit? The hole again is needs a little bit of cleaning, I believe. How about now? Will that fit or not? Yeah, now it fits. And the last part is the head of the Terminator. And that's it. That's the first guy we have here. Now let's move to the next one. Alright, so let's quickly clean the next guy. Just remove the parts that we don't want. So here on the left shoulder of every Terminator suit is the Crux Terminatus badge. Those worn by the Terminator captains are said to contain a piece of the Terminator armor that the Emperor wore when he fought Horus during the final battle of the Horus Heresy. It's a quite interesting fact. I haven't read The End and the Dead, so I'm still, well, I know the outcome of that battle, but I don't know the details, and I can't wait until I get there. And of course, when it's also available in my country, in my native language. Which is not, I think, which is not that close, unfortunately. But yeah, one day I will get there. Like power armor, Terminator armor is fully enclosed with life support functions and includes an array of sensors, including radiation monitors, biological detectors, and self-diagnostic scanners. Terminator systems than normal marine armor. Including motion sensors and threat detectors. Okay, I think this is the last part that we... this one as well. We need to remove this little plastic blob here. And now let's put this guy together. I like the fact that every miniature is a little bit different, in a different pose, frozen in a different kind of action. Wait, this one should go here, I believe. But we are missing also one part. Where is that? And also this one. Okay, so this piece should go here, I believe. And right arm, including the other part of the pistol. And left arm. And his head as well. So we are missing this part of the power fist. I will have to look for it because I don't know where it is. But yeah, I will do that later on. There's also one small part to be removed from here. Okay. Another one almost complete, besides the missing part here, but I'm going to look for it later on. Okay, let's move to the next one. So this is the sensorium part. So the armor sensorium, based upon tendril sensors, links directly into the wearer's own awareness. The sensorium allows the wearer to use a vast number of scanners and detectors without conscious thought. Sensoriums can also be linked together, allowing every squad member to to see exactly the same view of the battle as his comrades. Too often, only the surgeon suit will broadcast picked signals. Okay, so this is the third Terminator. So the Terminator armor is also notable for incorporating a teleport Homer in its suit. So this technology allows the squad to overcome their suit's lack of maneuverability by placing them directly in the enemy midst. Though the process is dangerous and sometimes inaccurate. So these guys can just pretty much teleport behind enemy lines and start the bloodbath. These little lines that are left there after the miniatures being created in the factory, these are really annoying, and these have to be removed. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, we've cleaned this guy more or less. So now let's start to put it together. Okay, so this is the part that we are missing for the other guy. I have to find it. But yeah, another one is completed. let's move to the fourth one. So normally the Terminator Squads will be transported into battle using drop bots or land raiders. And when a Terminator falls, which is quite rare since these guys are really tough, his armor is recovered, sanctified, and prepared for the next worthy warrior. Every scratch on this armor tells a story, every dent, victory. The Terminator are the hammer of the Space Marine chapters. When the enemy hides behind walls or dares to stand firm, the chapter unleashes the Terminators. They teleport directly into the battle using teleport homers and beacons to materialize behind the enemy fire and chaos. Imagine the sudden flash of light and the towering warriors appearing where there was once only smoke. Okay, so unfortunately the recording have stopped because my phone ran out of memory. Yeah, I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. So some part where I have already started assembling this guy is missing, but yeah, it's only few seconds. So let's just continue. I think I've made one mistake because this leg here should go first, but maybe I will be able to do it like this. No. So let me disassemble again. Will I be able to do it? Yep. And let's assemble this leg first. Okay, now it's great. And the other parts. last miniature of the squad. And is also a bit different than the other ones. So some chapters are especially known for their Terminators, like the Dark Angels and their famous Deathwing. So they fight in bone white armor. Then there's the Space Wolves with their wolf guard Terminators. They are feral and noble all at once, wielding frost claws that hum with psychic energy. The Blood Angels have their first company, known for their elegance in battle. Despite the curse that haunts them. And the Ultramarines. Their Victrix Guard stand as paragons of discipline. I think they are currently releasing a new combat patrol of Victrix Guards. But I think that my favorite might be the Grey Knights. Every one of them is a psyker. Everyone clad in gleaming silver Terminator armor. Etched with runes of protection to protect them from demons. They fight demons with faith made manifest. Their armor literally hums with sanctified power. When I built the Terminators, I always think how ancient each one is meant to be. Maybe this one I am building fought beside the Primarch, or maybe it served for 1,000 years. Let's put this guy together, make sure that doesn't fit. Yeah, for some reason doesn't want to get there. Okay. It's in. Then the left arm. And it plate, power fist plate. Now the power fist doesn't want to get in. Maybe it's not the correct part, or maybe I don't know. Okay, it's in. I'm not sure. Is this the heavy bolter or some sort of different type of bolter? Let me know in the comments, because honestly I forgot how this bolter is called. But yeah, it looks heavy and for sure can devastate the enemies. And his helmet. Alright, so this is the last Terminator from the Terminator Squad. And there we are. The sprues are empty, the Terminators are free, ready for battle, or perhaps a fresh coat of paint. Thank you for joining me, and yeah, I hope that you found this relaxing, maybe even inspiring for your next Warhammer project. Please don't forget to leave a comment